Balance is not the obeying of rules. Balance is not conformity to the status quo. Balance is vastly different ideas, merging together to create the vehicle for the advancement of society. I would like to focus on the following 3 examples that fall short of this achievement of balance. Example 1. In this example, thought processes go a little something like this. Wow, I have this great idea, and everyone I've talked to tell me about how wonderful of an idea it is. You know what this means? This means that I have the deepest level of understanding, and that any other conflicting opinions are wrong. This is horribly detrimental to this pursuit of balance, because oftentimes people can get stuck into idea ruts. As a result, there's little innovation and little improvement. It is only through the combining of different ideas that something better can be created. Example 2. Fortunately, many people have decided to take that next step. They have decided to build places that can act as a forum for the growth and birth of these ideas. They come up with a plan. And the plan they come up with is diversity. Diversity, that's what we need. Because if we can get enough different types of people together in one place, they're bound to come up with something good eventually, right? I have had personal experience with this. As a junior in high school, I am in the thick of evaluating colleges in the hope of attending one after graduating my senior year. At multiple colleges I have visited, they talk about how diverse they are and how they cater to all different types of people. But after a while, what you find that they consider as diversity is actually, we have tons of ethnic food downtown. Swing and a miss. They had their eye on the ball, but they missed the main point. It is only through the combining of different ideas that this balance we're talking about can be created. Example 3. This example is one that many of us here and many people around the world fall into, knowingly or not. This example is characterized by the acceptance of ideas, cultures, ideals, etc., even to the point of trying to achieve this balance. The problem lies down the road. After a while, consciously or unconsciously, we expect people to realize that they need to assimilate. They need to be like us. We expect them to learn our language, to adopt our customs, to dress in our style, to assimilate to the point where they really aren't themselves anymore, but rather they're just part of the fold, part of that society that we feel comfortable in. This is not the balance of ideas. This is the entertaining of the idea of it. But then after a while, getting that upsetter of the status quo to step back in line, to conform, and to cause no more trouble. The famous Irish poet Oscar Wilde put it quite nicely when he said, "Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions. Their lives are a mimicry and their passions a quotation." If everyone more or less shares the same opinions, there can be little change and thus little improvement. If this true diversity of ideas is to be achieved, any group must seek and allow all individuals to constantly challenge the status quo of that group. This brings us to the point of what can be done. I hope that many of us here want the world to become a better place. This can be done in a few simple ways. First off, respect. Respect every idea, thought, and opinion, no matter how outlandish it is. The person in question has come up with their idea in some logical manner. Secondly, take the time and effort to discover how and why they hold this opinion or came up with this idea. Then, examine your own, combine the best of both, and suddenly, you have something great. Then, you have true diversity. And this balance we're talking about will have been created. The ideas that will be born and will grow from this could be ideas that might seem insignificant to ideas that will be used everywhere in the next generation. It is only through the combining of ideas that this better thing can be created. And it is only through the combining of ideas that this idea can become a reality. Thank you.